Hi, it's Corey with My Healing Crafts, and I'm coming on for a really quick video. Sitting here just playing around with some papers and envelopes and decided to show what you could do, an idea, which I know has been done plenty of times, but this was an idea that I decided to do and wanted to show that I went to Michael's one day and got this 12 by 12 pad of paper on the Recollection collection, and it's in the studio, Danzel's studio, and I really liked the watercolor effects that it has. And so I decided to make a little, I guess you could use it as a little journal if you wanted to, or if you have a really big journal like a lap book, you could actually fit it in there to be able to add on to the addition of your journal. But before I start, I was making these tags right here to put on the top of some tags that I have in here, and wanted to show you. So I used my punch that I have here that I found at the thrift store many moons ago. And so I punched out, because this paper is really thin, so I punched out cardstock. And what I wanted to show you what I was going to do so that it coordinates, and I did all the papers that coordinate with this. And so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down, so while this is drying we can actually get it onto our tags. Um, just a quick, like I said, a quick idea for anybody who is struggling with just any kind of ideas of what you want to do and all of that. But so I glued down the one side, made sure that it matches up and all of that. And now I'm going to glue down this side here, and then we'll start with, I'll show you what I did in the journal. So I basically took a really big envelope, and I'm sorry, I don't have an example of the envelopes right now, but I took a big envelope and I folded it in half to be able to make this part of it. And I also did a couple, we'll pull those to the side. So took, this would be the big envelope right here, right? And I folded it in half to make the outside of this envelope, journal, insert, whatever you want to call it, and laid it out and said, okay, what am I going to do? Oh, I guess there's more to come, because, or I'll have to do more, because I forgot that I slit the top half of this to actually make, I made two, oh no, I just did it on the one side. I opened up just this one side to give a really big pocket, and I didn't put anything in there, so I didn't finish that. So then I decided on what I was doing, and I found two, so there's two pieces of envelopes that are exactly the same size, and I wanted to make kind of a, a door that kind of opens. And this right here, this is a fun find. I was out shopping and found a big, huge roll of this pink butcher paper, which makes it, well, they call it pink butcher paper, and it just makes it brilliant. So now I have extra papers to add into journals. So again, ideas for paper beside like our brown packaging and stuff. So I just basically measured and I cut down the paper right here so that it gives you an extra writing space right here. Then I, but before I glued that down, I actually glued down the envelopes so that they would be covered. And I reinforced on like this side here, I reinforced with, I attached it on before I did the front cover. I glued it on, and then I used washi tape and rounded it to the other side, but you can't tell because the paper covers here. And then on this side, I glued it down, and I did the washi tape in between to reinforce where I wanted to sew in just a really small signature and all of that. So right here is what I'm talking about. Like I said, the coordinating papers that and then I just use the butcher paper on the back. And to make it easier for them to come out, I wanted to make these tabs to go with them. And this one, I actually want to have it go on this one. So what I'm going to do is basically glue down this bit here and glue on this side. I'm going to line it up, and like I said, I'm trying to make it easier to be able to pull this out, and I love it because it just gives extra writing space. And I think this one I'm going to actually line it up like this at the top. And I didn't do any inking on this. I kept it pretty simple. Like I said, just wanted to give you a simple idea, but I like it because now it coordinates with, again, all the papers I put in. So I'm going to slide that back in like this and put that in. And now we have an easy way to pull that out. And then I'm going to pull out this one, and I think I actually want the one that has more red on it because the other one is the yellow paper. And so I want to coordinate the yellow with that. So I was thinking of all that when I was doing this. And this just goes to show that you can take any of your papers and cover up your envelopes that come through the mail, because this was all used envelopes, so that you can, and I think this one I'm going to actually put at the bottom so it's a little different, and I'm just going to glue that on so that it's, again, easy to pull out. And but use your envelopes, your used envelopes that come through, and come up with little great ideas and all of that. And so then you close that up and you can flip over, and here in the middle, again, I put in just 4 papers, and it gives you, what is it, 16 papers to write on. So it's the butcher block paper, and then it's some paper that I just did some spritzing of some homemade color that I did, and just to coordinate all the colors, or you can doodle in it and all that. And I used a 3-hole pamphlet stitch on it so that you could actually be able to dangle something in the center if you really wanted to. And then this I made into a writing spot as well. And this is a bigger envelope which comes out. And then again, you've got more writing space here. And then this is the bigger piece, which this I kind of messed up, which you can also do lots of decorating on this. I'm going to keep it pretty simple. But this was face down on something when I was trying to glue it, and lifted it up and it pulled. But I kind of like the distress on it. So now we're just going to go ahead and put on this tab here. So we'll just put on our glue and just easily get it put down. I am trying to finish up stuff with the journals that I made so I can do a flip through. It's just, life has been a little crazy. So it's going to take me a little bit and all that, but I'm still working. It's just lots to do and things that have to be dealt with. So, all right, as you can see, put the tab in. Of course, this one didn't need the tab as much as the others, which, ooh, that might be an issue. That I didn't think through. So, note to self, don't keep this one out as much because it now, because of the fold line. So this one I'm gonna have to pull in a little bit more. Ooh, okay, we're grunging up apparently our papers here. So let's reglue and put it in more. But at least this way, now we know this one has to go in further, much further, and we'll leave just a tiny bit up from it. But I wanted to kind of coordinate a little bit with the other bits in it. And so get it in, and voila. Then we just close it up. I also reinforced this side because it will flip out, and you can't tell because I covered it with the main paper here, so you won't be able to see the washi tape. And then I just glued down the main paper and all that, and it just coordinates so beautifully and makes this could be a quick, easy thing if you wanted to take it like on a trip with you or something, to make out of just some junk envelopes and some paper, and you can make something really easy and all of that, and just it makes it beautiful and you can do whatever. By the way, thank you to all my new subscribers and all the returning subscribers and everybody who leaves a comment. I truly appreciate it. I appreciate everybody who takes the time to watch my videos and all of that. It really helps me out. But if you like what you see, like and subscribe, leave me a comment. I really appreciate it. And I will be coming out with a couple of other videos of some of the other stuff that I'm working on. And I hope that you enjoy it. Well, you guys have a nice day. See you later. Bye.